Good day guys! So today I'll share a quick video as to how I farm the new comodo maps, focusing on the alligator mob to maximize my profit. So we'll be discussing the potential earnings for 720 stamina, a comparison between the farm rate of the Gunslinger and the popular Stellar Hunter class. So we'll also discuss equipment needed, stat allocation, skills utilized. For this build, I'll be using the rifle auto attacks. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off guys, what I usually do is that I listen to music about an hour before I sleep. This way, I can combine my 90 stamina from listening to music plus my 180 stamina from mentor potions and set my offline farm to the max duration, grinding all the way to the next day. This way, when I wake up at about 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning, my stamina will already be fully consumed and I'm free to do my mini and MVP hunts. From my observation, this technique also allows me to avoid the peak hours where the farming spots are too crowded. Now I have 90 stamina from my music, and then I will consume 6 mentor potions for a total of 270 stamina. So as you can see, I have no loots in my inventory and 1 rough elunium only. Now after selling the gears with the overpriced skill, I have about 13.7 million raw Zeny and 7.5 million Zeny from the rough elunium. And if you're planning to sell the other loots, you can base their value off the market. Now we will do a comparison versus a Stellar Hunter's farm while using the same strategy mentioned a while ago. So here are the results for the Stellar Hunter. So as we can see here, the Gunslinger has a slight edge. Although the Stellar Hunter can be more mobile with Warg Rider, Gunslinger's attack range is better, and at the same time, guided missile will also hit targets at the back. Mind you, the number of the people farming in the same map will matter, so your income may or may not increase depending on the situation. So now let's go to the hows and whys in efficient farming. So the most important thing is to achieve a one-shot kill on the mobs. So you will be needing lots of damage that will come from your base attack. I have about 24,500 attack. From your multipliers, damage multipliers with pen at 72%, with skill damage at 8%, with attack percentage of 134, and a 97.2% physical damage increase. So for my stat allocation, I maxed out Agi and Dex. Agi for attack speed, and then Dex for damage. The rest, I have about 110 luck for critical. My critical is about 120, 128, and then the rest for int, because the Gunslinger has a skill that benefits from the magical attack. Here, magical bullet. So now let's talk about our very important rune for farming, the Flight Fire Shooting Star rune. So this rune will give you a guided missile with a chance of about 30% to 100%. So mine has 80%, and then my damage is only at an additional 30%, which can go up to 100%. And then for the third line, it gives an additional extra target if you can unlock a third line. So all in all, I can attack about 3 targets at once with an 80% chance. So in relation to the damage and move speed while grinding in Komodo maps, it's very important to upgrade the mid fountain post in Cloud Sea Archipelago, as this will give you substantial amount of bonuses, especially with physical damage at 60% in total, crit of 30, physical ignore of 30%, and move speed of 30%. So this will be one of your priorities in the opening of the patch. So for my handbook attribute, I have about 3000 attack, 69 attack percentage increase, 10% damage against water monsters, and 4% damage against brute monsters. Now before we go to the equipment needed, let's talk about our target monster first. So the alligator has about a million HP, is of brute race, medium size, water type, and about 2700 defense. So now let's talk about the equipment. So for my offhand, I have Flaming Feather. I got this ancient equipment for the gear attack speed, as well as the attack attribute of 20% attack. And then I started it with Reflexia card for more damage to water monsters. So as an alternative, you can go Hylian Bracelet for more range damage, or the Ancient Armor Eagle Flute for range damage too. Then for the armor, I have Voodoo Armor with physical penetration 10%, which can still go up to 15%. It has a 20% attack even if it has no refine. So my enchant is range attack at 10%, and then I started it with Siroma card for more damage to water monsters. Now for my garment, I have Undershirt, which I slotted with Rune card for more damage to water monsters. And then for my shoes, I have St. Mary's cloth shoes to increase my attack percentage. Now you'll be wondering why I started it with Edward card. Actually, you're supposed to slot this with movement speed card, but I'm trying to save on some Zeny, so I won't be removing this, as I'm always using this card for PvP. So now I have for my accessories 2 Dog Servants, 2 Dog Servant for increased damage to animal or brute, and then an enchant of physical damage increase 3.9 each, and then started it with Ultraman card for more damage to brute monsters, but you can always start it with Galleon card too if you still lack damage, depending on your preference. Now for my weapon, I have Terminator Sniper Rifle plus 10, so I enchanted with physical damage increase. Now if you're wondering why I started it with Magic Pattern Paper card, since my damage is already substantial enough to one-hit the mobs, I use this card for its attack speed and movement speed, which I will discuss later on of its importance. Now for my headwear, as you can see, it's quite weird why I chose this. So the reasoning behind all of this headwear is because of its movement speed, since I can already one-hit the mobs. A movement speed of 5% from my normal unicorn, as well as a bit of skill damage. And then for my face slot, I have Illusory Light Mirror, which can give auto attack damage for your main target. And at the same time, when your SP reaches 100%, your move speed will be increased by 15%. So in conjunction with this, my back gear, One Eye Captain, it also restores SP if you kill a monster. So that way you'll be always at full SP, giving you this movement speed plus 15%. And at the same time, if you kill a monster, your movement speed will be increased by 30% for 3 seconds. So for my mouth gear, I have a Reaper's Dagger. It will increase my speed by 3% per kill, which can stack up to 5 times max. And then for my tail slot, I have Wind Song Shepherd. So this is still for the movement speed bonus and as well as extra crit damage. So all in all, my headgears are for movement speed and attack speed in general. So as an alternative, you can also go for this for other headgears such as so now for my prayer and blessing, I have maxed out my combat blessing for attack. And then for my blessing, I have maxed out my ignore death, penetration, attack. And then for the element, I have also maxed out my wind damage. Now for the runes, need to have destruction rune, element attack rune, agi buff rune, dex buff rune, armor breaking attack rune, assault attack rune, size buff rune, berserk attack rune, and penetration attack rune. Now for our skills used, for my auto skill slot, I have my auto attack here, and then my two-sided coin, my buff. This will give me additional movement speed and agi. And then for my third slot, I have the Rage of Tyrant. So this will be your damage buff, an increase of 30% for physical penetration. Although this only lasts 15 seconds, since you will be farming at a fast rate, this will keep on refreshing. So now let's discuss about the importance of having offline farming. So as you can see, my character already has maximum attack speed at 480%. So the problem with this is it fires 2 shots to the monster even though 1 shot will already kill the monster. This is because of a delay. But if we put this into offline farming, we can see a big difference. So now with offline farming, our character only hits the monster once, as you can see here. And you can also see the advantage when it comes to having many people in the same map. Even though they are stellar hunters, they can only hit what is in front of them, but the Gunslinger can hit those at the back, all around. So as a whole, the Gunslinger class is one of the best farmers right now. I want to emphasize again the importance of having balanced damage multipliers. If you already have high attack percentage, pump up your pen or pump up your physical damage increase. If you already have high pen, pump up your attack percentage or skill damage, and so on and so forth. Please also be mindful of your base attack, especially with your handbook. You can consume A meals and B meals, and even awakening potions as necessary. So that's about it, guys. Like and subscribe my channel, and you can comment down below topics you would want to be expounded on. Thank you!